Get your reading notebook. Open to the next blank page. Write odd boy out on the top and the date too. Draw a line from top to bottom and a line from side to side, like I did in purple on mine. Add the numbers 1 through 6 in each box like I did. You will write one answer in each box. Odd Boy Out, Young Albert Einstein by Don Brown. On a sunny, cold Friday in the old city of Ulm, Germany, a baby named Albert Einstein is born. It is March 14th, 1879. The joy his family has for the new birth is brief. His grandmother cries, "Much too fat, much too fat," and his mother fears his head is too big. Be patient, and all will be well, the doctor insists. And he is right, although the back of Albert's head will always appear somewhat swollen. Albert grows, and soon it is time for him to coo and babble and make cute words. But he says nothing. His family frets and waits and frets and waits. Is Albert well? Finally, he talks. And when he does, he can be clever and sharp. When he is nearly 3, his parents promise Albert a surprise, and he expects a toy. When, instead, they present him with a baby sister, he says, "Where are the wheels?" Number 1. Albert seems unusual already. What were some of the things that worried his family? Albert is sometimes cruel to his sister, Maha. He nearly hits her with a hard ball and strikes her head with a hoe. Later, Maha would say that one needed a sound skull to be Albert's sister. Poor Maha is not the only object of Albert's anger. Many times when he is displeased, his face pales, his nose goes white, and a nasty tantrum follows. His temper so terrifies a tutor hired to help young Albert prepare for school that she runs away, never to be seen again. But Albert isn't all anger and brooding. To things he enjoys, he brings a single-minded attention. Houses of cards captivate him, and he builds one 14 stories high. A simple compass, a gift from his father, astonishes Albert. He turns it, tilts it, tips it, and yet the gadget's needle always points north. What hidden things make it work, he wonders. How would you describe Albert? The Einsteins moved to the large city of Munich. There, Albert's parents encourage his independence and take the unusual step of allowing 4-year-old Albert to wander the streets unattended. He starts school. Among his classmates, he is an odd boy. The others love to play ball. Albert does not like sports. Soldiers on parade excite the boys. They disturb Albert. Number 2. The author says Albert is odd because he doesn't like the same things as other kids his age. What do you notice about how the illustrator shows Albert in the photos? And Albert is Jewish, the only one of all the students. Some of his classmates taunt and insult him for it. Young Albert does well in the school subjects that he likes and ignores the others. He likes math, not so Latin and Greek. When questioned in class, Albert lingers over his responses, frustrating his teachers who prefer quick, snappy answers. And afterward, the teachers see his lips move as he quietly repeats the answer to himself. Is Albert dull-witted? The teacher wonders. Nevertheless, he earns good grades. At home, he practices the violin, especially the music of Mozart. No tutor is necessary to keep Albert to this task. I believe that love of a subject is a better teacher than a sense of duty, at least for me, he later said. When Albert is 12, his parents invite a medical student named Max Talmud to their home. He and Albert become friends, a rare thing for Albert, who later described himself as having the sense of being a stranger with a need for solitude. Max gives young Albert a geometry book. The exact world of shapes, lines, points, and angles is a wonderwork to him. After a short time, a few months, he had worked through the whole book, Max later said. He thereupon devoted himself to higher mathematics. Soon the flight of his mathematical genius was so high that I could no longer follow. Unlike the charms of math, the other schoolwork bores Albert. The mindless and mechanical method of teaching causes me great difficulties, he said. I would rather let all kinds of punishment descend upon me than learn to rattle something off by heart. His disinterest in schoolwork and distant manner irk some of his teachers. One tells Albert he would never get anywhere in life. Albert ignores the teacher's prediction and occupies himself with music and math. He molds puzzlements of his own invention. What would it be like to ride a light beam, he wonders? Would the world appear the same if you raced at light's phenomenal speed? Number 3. Why do you think Albert's teacher says he would never get anywhere in life? When Albert is about 15, his father's business takes the family to Milan, Italy. But before Albert can leave Germany, the law says he must serve in the military. So he is left behind to first complete high school and then the army. Albert moves into a boarding house. His mood turns black. Albert is miserable at school and longs for the comfort of his family. His happiness and health sink. To recover, he is given special permission to quit school and join the others in Italy. Life is sunny there. Albert has his family, museums to visit, and, of course, his private study of math. For this, Albert can push everything else from his thoughts, much as he did when he built houses of cards. Even at parties, Albert unravels knotty math problems, unaware of the guest, the talk, and the music. He tries to enroll in the Zurich Polytechnical, a college in Switzerland, but unprepared in the school subjects he has neglected, Albert fails the entrance test. He spends the next year earning his high school diploma and then enters Polytechnic and learns to be a scientist. Young Albert graduates and tries to find work teaching at a university, but no jobs appear. In 1902, he takes the position of Expert 3 class at the Swiss Patent Office, a kind of government library for new inventions. Albert marries and becomes a father. The duties of family and work do not stop him from puzzling and wondering about math, about light, time, the world, the universe. Sometimes he pushes his baby son's carriage through the streets of Zurich. Like a night sky filled with stars, Albert's mind is bright with glowing ideas. And as stars are joining into images called constellations, Albert's ideas make a picture of space and time and energy and matter that no one has ever seen before. Albert says that light is made up of tiny bits of energy called photons that behave like spray of water from a hose. He says that everything is in motion, and when something moves very fast as light, strange things happen, like clocks running slower and objects becoming shorter. Albert says that something as tiny as a grain of sand is the vessel of unimaginable energy. For scientists, Albert's discoveries mean the photoelectric effect, theories of relativity, and E equals mc squared. For the rest of us, his ideas mean automatic door openers, television, space travel, and atomic energy. For Albert, his work earns him a great award, the Nobel Prize. He becomes famous, but to him, fame is like the hubbub of his parents' parties, something to be ignored while he enjoys wonders and puzzlements of his own invention. For the world, Einstein comes to mean not fat baby or angry child, or old boy, but great thinker. Number 4, are you surprised that Albert grew up to be so smart and accomplished? After reading Stops and Jots, number 5, what kind of person was Albert? Describe him. Number 6, how does Albert's work affect our lives today? Thank you for listening.